The last round is probably around the corner here. Hollowbrook Hotel. Nope. Another hotel. There's so many parking lots here. Are there newspapers here? No? Where is the map? Yeah, we're like right here. We're right in front of it. Oh, 9. 9. If we look around carefully, we might be able to find stuff. This has got to be the last round. Yeah. Doesn't look any better than the back alleyway, though. Yeah. Not the nicest place to be around here.
Leave me alone.
Sorry. Vote Robert Thorne. Mayor? Tanked. I wonder what are the chances that the mayor of a city is a vampire. It's gotta be the case in some city out there, right? Hello? I don't drink, but can I have a drink? Call of Duty? Hey, Jack!
Well, well, looky who made it back in one piece. How's Santa Monica, kiddo?
I completely forgot! You said we were gonna meet at the last round, didn't you? Oh, nice to see you again. So you're an Anarch then? I assume this place is like Anarch Hub? I didn't get to do much sightseeing.
I can't imagine you did. Probably too busy getting pushed around by every vampire with the weakest seniority over you, am I right?
Oh, you could say that, yes.
That's usually the way the story goes. Same old bullshit politics from when you were alive, huh? Don't it make you just want to rip somebody's spine out? What? You saying that's just me?
Suddenly, I feel like I immediately understand what the Anarchs don't like about the Camarilla. Because the Camarilla is all about order and discipline. And the Anarchs are like, screw that crap. Just because you're a new fledgling. For example, just because you're new, it doesn't make you any better or worse than somebody who's been living for 1,000 years. But the Camarilla definitely don't think that, right? They think that probably the oldest vampire is the best vampire around here. I ran to 9s.
Yeah, not a moment too soon, huh? He said you guys let those Sabbat go too. 9s must be getting soft. How could you pass up that kind of fun?
Anarchs, Camarilla, we all hate Sabbat the same. How come he keeps helping me?
Well, he was left sireless too. I don't know, maybe that's it. Well, he's got a thing for the little guy.
Well, that's the thing about the Anarchs, right? Helping out the little guy, probably. But maybe he does have his own agenda, huh? But that's not necessarily something you want to tell Jack, because Jack is definitely 9's friend. How do you think the Sabbat found me?
Someone must have put a word out. Now, here's an interesting little scenario. I'm just gonna run this by you, see what you think. What if the prince got the word out to the Sabbat that you were the one to blow up their warehouse?
That is quite the accusation you're making there. No way.
Hey, it's just a theory, man, but who else is gonna be watching you so closely? Knowing where you're going and all that.
Oh, why would LaCroix help the Sabbat?
I'm not saying he's working with the Sabbat. I know he ain't. But he sure as hell could have put the word out there on the street where the Sabbat would pick up on it. Just chew on that.
I want to see what he'll say if I say, why should I trust you? Because I do want to see, hey, well, that's bullshit. Why should I trust you any more than him?
You're free to choose who you trust, kiddo. But has old Jack here ever asked anything of you? Nope. Is your existence a thorn in my side? Nuh-uh. Are you a walking testament to my inability to rule? Right. I'm just saying, that's all.
But so Prince saved me, but initially he didn't want to. Because my sire didn't ask for permission before siring me. Meaning, that's a bad reflection on Prince because that's saying that he can't keep his vampires in control, right? Okay. He doesn't want me dead. He's sending me to investigate the Elizabeth Dane.
Oh, really?
Oh. Maybe I shouldn't have shared that information either. Yeah, why? What's up, Jack?
The sarcophagus. Did LaCroix tell you about the Ankaran sarcophagus?
No, but I don't really trust him to tell me the truth anyway.
Yeah, well, maybe I should fill you in on the details. That sarcophagus is bad news. Kindred around the globe have been going batshit since it was discovered.
Why?
The word is there's an ancient asleep in there. One of the fathers, one of the vampires, that if you trace your lineage way back, there's a chance that it'd end up with him at the root.
He was asleep this whole time?
Ancients don't just nap. They sleep whole ages away, and when they wake up, they're hungry.
Wow, he definitely didn't warn me about any of that. So he'll wake up and go hunting?
It's more than that, kiddo. Most kindred think it's one of the signs of the end, the apocalypse. Every religion has their own version of it. Kindred call it Gehenna, and the way they tell it, it starts when the ancients rise to devour their children.
Oh. But why would that mean that vampires all over the globe would go crazy? Because they're scared they'll get eaten? Or is it the father vampire somehow telepathically exerting influence on vampires all over the globe? Is this for real?
No one knows for sure, really. That's just a word that's been handed down through the ages. The Camarilla denies these ancients exist.
I feel like that's already a hint saying that it is true. I don't know why. Maybe because I feel like the Camarilla hides a lot of secrets. Wow, that's crazy. I wonder if it's true.
Well, kiddo, I guess you're gonna be the one to find out. Hey, good luck. Try not to wake Grandpa Munster and kill the world, huh?
Well, he wants me to get the sarcophagus back. If we don't want to open it, then why would we want to bring it back? Why would Prince want it? Oh god, I don't know. Why is the Prince sending me? And why did he send me to Santa Monica?
Because he never thought you'd make it back. If Nines didn't stand up for you in the courtroom, you would have been toast right there, man. Everybody knows that.
I don't get it. Why does he want to kill me?
It's bullshit Camarilla law. You gotta get it approved before you sire anyone. Vampire population control, fascist crap. LaCroix wanted to look like the strong leader upholding the law.
So, how come I'm still standing here?
Public relations, man. Calculated risk. Eventually were born in a boardroom. When Nines called him out, LaCroix realized it was time to show a carefully measured dose of Camarilla compassion.
Is LaCroix afraid of Nines? I thought he was the boss. Oh, no, well, Nines has some influence around here, right? Probably all the Anarchs follow him. Is he like the Anarch leader? It's not a good idea to piss off the leader of the opposition. You're not into public relations, Jack?
Yeah, man, it's called kicking ass and crushing the skulls of any asshole who steps on my toes. That seems to work. People dig it.
Not a law and order kind of guy. Is LaCroix afraid of Nines? I thought he was a boss.
LaCroix is the boss of the Camarilla in L.A. That's it. LaCroix is a boss. That's rich.
So he's not even the boss of the non-Camarilla believers in LA. You're not part of the Camarilla?
The free living dead, kiddo. A lot of people like to use the label Anarchs. Whatever the hell that means. Anarchs. That's got a nice kick to it, though, huh? Yeah.
Tell me about the Anarchs.
That's us, so I'm told. What'd you want to know? Interesting,
they don't really call themselves that. I guess because the word anarchy sometimes It feels like it has some negative connotations because chaos and disorder. Usually we don't like these things. How long has the Anarch movement existed?
Yeah, I could tell you about the history of the movement, about our struggle. What's any of that shit mean anyway? Do we want to sit through history class here?
It's good to know your history.
I'm no scholar, kid, but I've been around. Seen more and done more than most vampires ever will. I don't know that our situation's ever gonna be easy, but some things you gotta decide are worth fighting for.
How can you win, though?
Fight harder than the other son of a bitch. Every time I yank a jawbone from a skull and ram it in an eye socket, I know I'm building a better future.
Does Nines share your vision?
You bet, kid.
He's probably gonna tell me that they don't have a leader. Is he in charge around here?
As much as anyone is. Nines is a stand-up guy. Takes the politics a little too seriously, though. Came up during the Great Depression, so his brain's wired to that shit.
So they don't have an official leader, but even then, within the group, there's still gotta be one or two people that have most people's respect, and that would be Nines. What about the rest of Nines' crew?
Yeah, I'm not sure the story on most of them. Nines' crew.
What clan are you? Never thought about it. What clan is Jack? Bruja, I would guess? I don't know, I'm not sure. You don't look like... Well, you don't look like a mage. And you don't look like a Toreador or a Ventru.
Bruja. Most everyone here has Bruja blood.
Ah, the people who are not only good at fighting physically, but they fight for passionate causes. Got a few more questions.
Moving right along.
Oh my goodness. Tell me about the Camarilla.
Oh, my favorite topic.
Great, let's talk more about it. What do you think of Camarilla ideals?
Don't think the Camarilla has a monopoly on those ideals, okay, kid? No one is arguing over that shit, and if they tell you that's what this fight is all about, then they're really giving you the full fist. You hear me?
So what is it all about?
The Camarilla protects the people running the Camarilla. That's it, the end. The rest of them are bloody gristle for the machine.
They would take action to make sure that the Camarilla remain at the top. Like the prince, to ensure that the prince controls everything and is the big guy here. So just because the Anarchs don't like the Camarilla, it doesn't mean that, for example, they don't believe in the Masquerade Code. Who runs the whole thing?
Doddering old dust farts. They might be powerful as all hell, but who knows? They're too afraid to stick their heads out of their hidey holes, and why should they? This whole huge system is built so they don't have to.
Is LaCroix one of the inner circle?
Not one of the bigs, but he ain't out risking his ass in the street, that's for sure. LaCroix has ambitions of joining that inner circle. Delivering Los Angeles in their pocket would look killer on a resume.
Is his position in LA as the prince not secure? He's new? Oh, but we just moved into the area, right? That's what the Asian vampire email was saying. Hey, the Camarilla just moved in. We can take the city. The Camarilla does good things too. Maybe that outweighs the bad stuff? I actually have no clue what good things they've done.
Not bad. Evil. Man, think if a country had the same dictator that lived for 500 years. It's also a blood-drinking predator. Think there's gonna be some evil shit come out of that equation?
What about LaCroix?
Ah, to hell with LaCroix. I blasted better vampires' brains all over the wall. He's not the prince. He's a prince.
The first time we met Jack and he talked about the Camarilla, I remember he said, well, I'll let you come to your own conclusion. But this time he's like, oh yeah, well, F the Camarilla. He can't be totally worthless, but I want to know about the past actually. You've dealt with princes like him in the past?
He's a typical Ventru asshole. Predictable, safe, no imagination. Ah, man, the guy's a pussy. He just got lucky he showed up in LA at the right time.
He's just lucky and stupid?
I'm not saying he's stupid. He's just an asshole and needs his teeth kicked in, that's all.
He's not stupid. You don't get up to the top by being stupid. What do you know about the sheriff?
Oh, the sheriff, yeah. I love how everyone's talking about that big mystery. It's like someone embraced a doped-up gorilla.
Yeah, he's gigantic. He's very, very tall. I wonder what clan he is. Do you have a problem with the whole Camarilla or just the leadership?
I'm not saying let's go torch the Malkavian living under the abandoned hotel because she happens to be a Camarilla. I'm saying let's change that shit from the top down.
Sounds fair to me. How do you know who's the bad guy then?
Camarilla membership is 95% victims, 5% evil bastards. But make sure and understand, any of those victims points a gun at me, they get drained and slaughtered like sheep.
I think that makes sense because when you become a vampire, like take me for instance, I kind of woke up and Prince is like, okay, I saved you. By the way, I'm Camarilla. So automatically I'm like, oh, okay, I don't know anything. But the person who saved me is the Camarilla, so I guess I'm the Camarilla now too. And I assume that this situation happens a lot to fledglings. What about me? Am I part of the problem or what?
Hey man, you do what you gotta do to survive when you're young, but there comes a time when that excuse don't fly no more. When you should know better and want to do something about it.
I just wish the facts were easier to come by.
Being dead is no excuse for walking around with your eyes closed.
Discipline. Discipline, chaos versus order. Maybe the Camarilla has a point. There's nothing wrong with discipline.
Ah, beware the protection of wolves.
Got a few more questions.
Moving right along.
He's telling me a lot today. Tell me about the Anarchs.
That's us, so I'm told. What do you want to know?
I think we've seen most of
As much
these.
as anyone is.
So you're not the chief around here?
Me? Pfft. I never had much patience for negotiations. Everyone can live or burn. It's up to them.
What clan is Nines?
Bruja. Most everyone here has Bruja blood.
Got a few more questions.
Moving right along.
Tell me about the Sabbat.
Again? Does everything have to be about these dickheads?
They're causing problems. I hope not.
The Sabbat are worthless, man. Fake tits on a zombie worthless. Fun to watch, though. Like the Three Stooges with chainsaws.
What's wrong with them?
The Sabbat are in the same business as the Camarilla. Sabbat have a little longer chain, but they're slaves all the same.
Oh, what do you mean in the same business? Oh, different set of rules, all about discipline. The Sabbat don't strike me as being very disciplined, though. Is that it?
Moving right along.
There might be a few more branches in the Camarilla one. Tell me about Prince LaCroix.
Ah, to hell with LaCroix.
Yeah. He can't be totally worthless.
I'm not saying he's stupid. He's...
Yeah, okay, I guess it's all...
I'm not saying...
See ya. Thanks, Jack. Nice to see you again. Maybe we should go for a drink somewhere. Like right here?
Well, if it ain't the talk of the town, poster child for Camarilla benevolence. What does the prince have his little bitch doing today?
They don't take very kindly to me, of course. Do I want to be rude? These people might... They might be okay with that. Because they might think I'm gutsy or something. But I'm not gonna try that right off the bat. Funny, is Nines Rodriguez around here?
Nines is expecting. Have some manners and don't wear out your welcome. I'm skeptic. Act up again, and I'll be the one showing your ashes to the door.
I didn't act up at all! I picked the safest, most polite option! You're not acting very nice. Yeah, alright. You got a few minutes to talk?
What's up?
None of this vampire shit makes any sense to me.
You've got to understand, Kindred. You're carrying a 6,000-year curse in your blood. No matter how powerful it makes you feel.
Curse?
That blood is a tangle of chains that's going to leave you bound in servitude the rest of your existence.
What do you say that?
Your elders command the blood. They control the blood, and the blood listens. You'll never even hear their call, but the blood will, and it'll make you obey.
Oh, so the older vampires do seem to have power. Back to the whole sarcophagus thing again. But when you say elders... How elder? Not everyone who's more elder than me, right? For example, if I'm like 5th gen or something, it doesn't mean the 4th gen vampires can control me. I assume only the ones at the very, very top can. How can you break free?
That shit stretches all the way back to Cain, man. Nothing you can do. Some ancient sleeping in a tomb half a world away has a bad dream, and you gon' feel that shit. Like it or not.
Great. Who's Cain?
Cain, man. Father of all vampires. Killed his brother Abel and was cursed by God to walk eternity feeding on the blood of his children. Some heavy shit, sister.
Feeding on the blood of his children, not just any children, his children. You don't really believe that, do you?
Keep your voice down. Is Cain real? I don't know. Not sure I want to know.
The vampires are real! Why are you questioning this? I hear you, but where are you going with this?
The point is, with this curse pulling your strings, you really want to sign away your right to fight by joining the Camarilla?
Wait, are you saying that the Camarilla have those elder vampires that can control me? But if we're gonna get controlled anyway, it doesn't matter if we're part of the Camarilla or not, right? What have you got against the Camarilla?
The Camarilla just ain't necessary. Their rules is just common sense shit. The Masquerade and all that. Sure, it makes sense. Like the 10 Commandments. You know the 10 Commandments, don't you?
I know of it, I don't know if I remember all of it. 10 Commandments?
Yeah, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not kill. Sounds good, but you and me both know that shit don't always fly. What if some society like the Camarilla comes along and just up and kills you if you break one damn commandment?
And it's pretty arbitrary too, that's the thing. The Camarilla definitely strike me as the kind of society, the kind of group that would have super arbitrary rules that are in place because that's the way things are, and that's gonna be the only reasoning we have. I see your point.
Right. See, we weren't meant to live like that. Man, I followed someone else's rules for 3 years in Vietnam. But it wasn't until after the embrace that I understood real oppression.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, but don't you follow Nines Rodriguez?
No one bows to Nines Rodriguez. He leads by example, down here with us. Better than some chicken shit, limp-wrist paper pusher hiding up in his tower. Only Camarilla sheep couldn't see the difference.
But you agree with the Masquerade.
I don't need to bare my fangs to feel good about myself. The Masquerade is a fruity Camarilla label. Other than that, I ain't got no problem with it. Live and let live. We got enough to worry about.
Fair enough. It's, it might be terminology to try to give themselves the illusion of authority. If I'm a new fledgling and I get told by people, hey, okay, don't worry, you're part of the Camarilla now. Now all you gotta do is follow our rules and follow the Masquerade. And then you're like, oh, okay, I don't know anything. What's the Masquerade? Help me, please. And then they help you and you feel like, oh, now I get it. I know how to fit in now. And you start automatically following the rules without even thinking about it. It does make sense.
You know, speaking of the Masquerade, I just thought of something you might be able to help us out with.
Tell me about it.
There's this girl who's been making a lot of noise lately. She's a real pain in the ass. She's a ghoul of this one Toreador creep who disappeared.
Oh, I really wish a Toreador wasn't a creep. What's her name?
Her name is Patty. She hangs out in the clubs downtown. She used to show up around here and act like she was everybody's best friend. It was all fun and games until her vampire sugar daddy stopped calling. Now she can't get her blood fixed and shit ain't so fun no more.
Can a ghoul only get blood from... what is it? The person who made them a ghoul? What do you want me to do about it? Or, doesn't she understand he's gone?
Man, she's been told he was dead. She don't listen. Just asks again louder. Damn junkie. She's gonna make a scene and get us all some real heat.
Do they die if they don't get blood? Or is it just like an untreated addiction? What kind of heat are you talking about?
Vampire hunters, man. You start doing stupid shit and breaking the Masquerade and you'll see what I'm talking about. Trust me. Hunters are the kind of trouble you don't want.
Yeah, so like instead of being told outright that, hey, there's this thing called the Masquerade. You gotta follow it. It's really more about how, hey, if you keep showing yourself to the public, you'll get killed by vampire hunters. When you put it like that, it's a lot more intuitive, right? But no, they gotta say, oh, the Masquerade, oh, the Camarilla. Alright, so about your little problem with Patty.
She's crossed the line. Only time that mouth ain't blabbing is when it's sucking vampire blood. She's gotta disappear. Do this, and we'll keep it our little secret, you hear?
We gotta kill somebody? I'll do it to uphold the Masquerade.
Alright, have fun. I'd love to do this one myself, but I know her sire. Just let me know when it's done.
Oh, so it kind of feels bad for you to, kill her, because you know her maker? Alright, but I've got a few more questions before I go.
Yeah?
I wanted to ask you about someone.
Yeah? Who do you want to know about?
What about Jack? What's his deal?
That's the man there. One righteous kindred. I wish he'd take a more active stance in our fight, but fuck man, he's Jack. Jack just does his thing. God help anyone who gets in the way.
I have a few more questions.
Yeah?
Actually, I don't think I
who
do.
Do you want to know about?
I've got another question. No, hold on.
Kane, man.
So heavy that it's bringing me down. See ya. Shit's so heavy it's bringing me down. I don't know if I believe everything the Anarchs say yet, but right now, I'd love to learn more about them. Just to get a different perspective, right? We shouldn't be just hearing what Camarilla people have to say all the time.
Sabbat chased you in here, Cammy?
What do you ask?
Heard Nine saved your ass again. You think LaCroix would have stopped counting his money long enough to get your back, Jack?
I was thinking about what Cammy means. She means Camarilla. What do you mean again?
Cammy, you'd have a whole lot less about your neck if it hadn't been for Nines calling the prince out in that courtroom. Shit. Looks like things worked out for LaCroix anyway. Got himself a new errand girl out of it.
Some people here are automatically not happy with me because they're like, oh, Camarilla. Did I do something to piss you off? It's what you are, it's not what you did.
As long as you're a tool for some cape, you don't have to say a word to start pissing me off.
The fuck's your problem?
Oh, you want to know what my problem is? Alright, I'll tell you what my problem is. You ready? You are my goddamn problem. Anyone who would lay it down for some cape in an ivory tower deserves what they get.
Somebody wronged her very badly in the past. Okay, I'll bite. Cape?
Cape, Cammy. Camarilla elders? The ones that have been around so long they think candlelight's a keen invention? You're doing their dirty work and you don't even know it.
Why don't you try to recruit me? I could be convinced. What alternative do I have?
You want an alternative? Being here. That's a step in the right direction. I'm Damsel, den mother of these mothers, and one pissed bitch since LaCroix rolled in.
Pissed? She can take a few words, right? Pissed? You don't say! Drink some bad blood or something?
Don't even joke about bad blood at a time like this. Don't you know we've got a plague bearer around here?
I do. Plague bearer?
A plague bearer's a fool that doesn't care who they feed from. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. We can't get sick, but the kind can. And kindred that feed on them start spreading disease. Enough get sick, it's an epidemic. CDC's in town as we speak.
Oh, that's how it's spreading. From vampires sucking blood. That's a problem that's, again, showing that the Camarilla aren't controlling things right. They don't have enough control around here. So how do you get rid of one? That does sound like an Anarch problem, though. Kinda.
Seen Old Yeller? May sound cruel, but it's necessary. If someone puts together 2 and 2 as to the real cause of an outbreak of bloodborne diseases, guess what happens? So the plague bearers gotta be found and put down. If the Camarilla really gives a damn, they'll help us out.
That's why earlier the Tremere Regent was saying that this problem, this epidemic, is caused by the Anarchs' interests and hobbies and whatever. The Anarchs helped me out before. Where do I start?
One of our boys' ghouls, name's Paul, lives nearby in the Skyline Apartments. Been a stranger lately. Looked like death last time he was here. Said he didn't get bit, but maybe you can get more info out of him.
Oh, the ghouls. The ghouls are spreading the diseases. I'll go check it out.
Wait, if Paul's not talking, you might want to start questioning the homeless pot. So many have been dying lately that it takes the city a few days to pick up the bodies.
Oh my god. Before I go, I have a question.
Yeah?
You know anything about the Regent? He blames you for the Plague Bearers.
That goddamn blood witch told you what? He thinks we're responsible for that plague bearer? If I hadn't promised Nines I'd keep my nose clean, I'd go over right now and rip him a new wizard shoot. Magic missile casting motherfucker!
Something else about the Plague Bearer.
What? Yeah?
Questions? Tell me about Nines.
No one like him in this world or the next. He's to the Anarchs what George Washington was to the colonies, what Ho Chi Minh was to Vietnam. He is the LA Anarchs personified. He's a great leader, and yet he's humble. I'd die for it.
She thinks he's their leader. I owe him my life. Seems like one of the only decent people I've met yet.
No one like him in the Camarilla or otherwise. Anything else?
Your thoughts on LaCroix?
Who the hell does he think he is, coming into town claiming Camarilla authority over the city? We kicked them out 60 years ago. It's like England coming back and telling the US how they should do things. Fuck LaCroix.
So the Camarilla just moved in here, but the Anarchs were in control. I see. You scared that the Camarilla might siphon off of more of your members?
I'd be more worried about us kicking you out again. And this time, it'll be 500 years before you scrape up enough soldiers to cross the city limit.
Whatever. Had another question.
Yeah?
Tell me about Smiling Jack.
Jack? Jack's Jack. Kind of a legend amongst Anarchs. There's not an Anarch in the world who wouldn't stand in rock-star awe of Jack. Even the Camarilla doesn't mess with him.
Really? I had no idea. Jack's one of the cooler people I've met.
He's been around a long time. He used to be a pirate, so the rumor goes. Talk to Jack. He's never short on chat.
Prince might have saved my life, but Jack is the one who taught me how to live. Prince literally threw me out of the house. I literally was left to my own devices until Jack was like, hey man, come over here, I'll teach you a few things.
Yeah?
Tell me about the Anarchs.
We are about passion, Cammy, and freedom. Things most Camarilla types just can't understand. I could go on and on, but Skelter says it takes too long to get me off my soapbox. Ask him. Or even Jack.
No, go on. Tell me what you think.
I mean, geez, it just makes sense. Power should be redistributed amongst all of us, not just a few. Communism would actually work for Kindred, where it fails with humans. It's just common sense, you know?
Okay, did have another question.
Yeah?
Your thoughts on the Camarilla?
It's a sham, a pyramid scheme. Nothing but musty, withdrawn elders waging power struggles for no other reason than to keep their own ass alive for one more century. You think you have any real power in the can? You're kidding yourself.
I really don't understand it myself. I'm kinda new to this.
You'd be better off without them. You'll see. Yeah?
No questions right now, excuse me. Everybody here loves talking. They love talking about what they believe in, their ideals. There's Nines. There's Nines. And there's the bathroom. It is disgusting. It is absolutely... We can get out here. Oh. Noted, I guess. Everett Maxim? I mean, this is kind of a... I don't want to say it's a shithole. It's alright. Kind of quiet, though. Not that many people here. Hello, Nines.
You showed up. Good. Here's what I gotta tell you. And so you know, I don't lecture, I don't rap, I'm no bureaucrat. I'm just a guy out of nowhere came to be involved in something 500 times bigger than you and me.
Oh, for a non-rapper, that rhymed pretty well. Go on.
You got a right to know the score. The Camarilla, This is the short of it. They operate a lot like a pyramid scheme. There's a bunch of these old-timers at the top with God only knows what plots in mind. They lose their power, they die. They sired more to carry out their plans, and looking for a little power, then those kindred sired for their own schemes, and so on and on and on. It hurts my head just thinking about the mess. What it works out to is this. Only a few people at the top have any real power.
Aren't you a part of the Camarilla?
Them's fighting words, newbie. But you're young and stupid, so I won't make an example out of you. See, the Camarilla claims all of us are members, even if we don't want to be, which is, of course, the biggest load of horseshit a man ever heard.
That's pretty smart. It's not even like you join the Camarilla, more like, if you are a vampire, you're a Camarilla now. I wonder if the Camarilla extends outside vampires though. What about werewolves and stuff? Huh. You were at the trial. Isn't the prince the leader of all LA kindred?
LaCroix? Shit. LaCroix's just the guy who backstabbed and wheeled and dealed his way into becoming king son of a bitch of all the local Camarilla. Him and any of the traitors that sided with the Cam want power here, they'll get what's due.
Okay, what we know is that this place used to be ruled purely by the Anarchs, and then the Camarilla moved in. So I feel like there's an element of you guys being pissed off because you guys are the ones no longer in power. If I said that though, I think they'd be mad. So what are you all about?
I learned the way of this world during the Depression. Bunch of old rich bastards screwed the country. But did they suffer? No. The little people suffered. You can't trust the people at the top. The world would be a better place without them. All you can do is get a group of people together who aren't assholes. Find a place to put your feet up and make some examples of the quote-unquote elite to keep the rest the hell out. Everyone's an equal here. The same thing this country used to be about. That's what LA has been. An anarch-free state.
Anarch-free state?
The Camarilla was kicked out on their ass a long time ago. We, the Anarchs, didn't want to play their politics anymore. Now LaCroix and crew pop in like they never left? No goddamn way. Their laws don't apply to us.
Wait, they left? So they were here before, and then they left, and now they're coming back, for whatever reason. Yeah, the last one I'm kinda curious about, because it does sound like you're the boss and the Prince of the Anarchs. Curious what his answer to that would be. Sounds like you're the Prince of the Anarchs.
No such thing. And again, newbie, don't throw those kind of words around lightly. You're risking a beatdown. I fought to keep LA free since I was embraced. A long time later, I'm one of the only ones left that hasn't bid it or switched sides. The most veteran soldier on the battlefield.
Okay, damsel, right next to you, very clearly used the word leader in reference to you. People don't seem to accept that Nines is their leader officially, but symbolically you definitely are the leader. But I feel like maybe what they're against is not a leader specifically. They're against people who are leading from the top, but not knowing what's really going on down below, so to say. Because Nines, even if he is a leader, he's actually out on the field with the rest of the people, so he understands what things are like and, you know, what are the bad things, what are the good things. Whereas people, well, just look at how right now Nines is in a bar along the rest of the Anarchs, whereas the Prince is sitting, he's literally sitting in an ivory tower, the tallest building in the place, probably not even understanding what the town is like. Have you tried meeting with the Camarilla?
I got their meeting right here.
Not a fan of the Prince, huh?
LaCroix represents everything I hate. The Camarilla, stuck-up aristocrats, rich businessmen, crooked politicians. The only place LaCroix belongs is in an urn.
One more question. Any advice you can give me? Without them, who would sponsor artists? You! Wrestling shows for everyone! No. Any advice you can give me?
Here's what I tell all the new blood. 1, you get careless, that blood will make you into a monster. But you rampage around here, you get put down. 2, don't kill when you feed. No reason to. In this city, there's lots of ways to slake the beast without leaving a trail of dead. 3, the Camarilla's full of shit. 4, watch your back, always. And lastly, learn how to fight. Because a speech ain't gonna save your ass when you're staring down the barrel of a shotgun.
Hey, that's only if you're a bad talker. But it sounds like they do have rules. If you cause a mess, you're gonna be put down. People are still gonna come after you from the Anarchs. I think when you put them in opposition, the Camarilla versus the Anarchs, and we know that the Camarilla is full of rules, it's really easy to be like, oh, okay, then that means that the Anarchs are full of chaotic messes with no discipline, no regard for rule and law and order. But that doesn't sound like it's the case either. Like they say, they just consider that common sense shit. It's not that they don't have it, they just don't think it's anything worth mentioning, because if you want to live, then you don't do those things automatically. Can you teach me how to fight?
After picking your ass up off the pavement back there, yeah, I can tell you don't even know the basics. Hold your hands up like this, and keep your body at an angle. Makes you harder to hit. Keep your thumbs out of your fists and put your weight into your punches.
Oh! Oh, thank you! Thank you! Thanks for all your help, Nines!
LA's the school of hard knocks, so keep your friends close and your enemies in a barbecue pit. Once you square things with LaCroix, don't give that son of a bitch the time of night. I got my eye on you, kid.
Okay. Okay, this is a little bit scary now because Nines... Not like Jack. Was it Jack? He's more like... Okay, you better be on our side, or else. Jack was like, well, maybe sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to survive, but this guy probably wouldn't be happy if I continued working for Prince, which at the moment is still the case, so I'm not sure what's gonna happen with that. I don't know why I'm going out here, just trying to see where this goes. Getting some fresh air after all the music, the banging music. Where even am I? This is interesting though, I feel like it might be useful later on. Like if we're trying to sneak in or out. Wow, we have so much going on. I don't know what stats Nines gave me. Melee stats maybe? Fun with Pestilence. Finding Paul, the ghoul at Skyline Apartments to figure out what's going on with the plague. Or talk to some of the people around the city. Attention whore! Skeletor wants you to make Patty disappear. Oh, the other ghoul, who we gotta kill, probably. And then Elizabethan Rendezvous. You contacted Nines. After you're finished talking to him, report back to the Prince before you go on investigating the Elizabeth Dane. I think we're getting to the point where we can't really straddle the fence too much anymore. Before, we were straddling between Therese and Jeanette, but now we're... Like Nine says, we're getting into something 500 times bigger than either him and I. What did he increase for me? Brawl, maybe? Oh, I've got 9 points. I should do something, right? Probably some kind of hacking. Or wits. Wits would be good. Range combat, combat defense, hacking. No. Range combat is blue. So combat defense and hacking. Sure. Although I also want to increase my lockpicking too. It's a little bit lower than my hacking right now. Security or dexterity. Lockpicking and sneaking. Oh, okay, you know what? Actually, I might... Wits or dexterity. Sneaking might get me a little bit further by being sneaky. I mean, dexterity might get me a little bit further. So I guess I'll do this one instead. Okay, where the heck am I? Ah, this is the door that... the kitchen, right? Skeletor didn't let me back in the kitchen. Well, we can start by continuing to look around town. We don't have to be too much in a hurry to, you know, figure out what's going on here.
Anybody got a menorah? Get away from me! Leave me alone!
Sorry, lady. I need to ask you about the sickness that's been plaguing the homeless.
Oh, you do? Well, I don't believe you. You're after my aluminum cans, aren't you? Well, you're not gonna get them. Just get away!
Oh, sorry. I almost feel like giving her 20 bucks just because she needs it, and I don't. What? You don't remember me? I'm your friend from the homeless shelter.
Ah, okay. All I know is that old Tin Can Bill, he's been jabbering about some kind of monster that took him somewhere and got him sick. And that's all I know, okay? And that's all I'm saying.
Where's this Tin Can Bill?
Well, you can usually find him down in his alleyway, just across from that bar over there.
Thanks. See ya.
I used to be on Broadway, you know.
Really? What did you sing? This is honestly a little bit too topical, but right now we have an epidemic, and let's say both the Camarilla and the Anarchs want to solve the problem, which they probably do. But the Anarchs are saying that the Camarilla would want to do that because they wouldn't want random poor and homeless and sick people wandering around on the streets, because that's not a good look. Whereas the Anarchs would be more like, oh my god, people are suffering, we're suffering, we gotta help them because that's not good. This makes the Camarilla look really bad and the Anarchs look really good though, so let's remember that we got all this information from talking to the Anarchs.